Despite everything, it's still you. Said beautifully by the creator of Undertale himself. After you've gone through the whole underground, going and befriending monsters, fighting to save your own life, it is a homage to the start of the game where interacting with a mirror, it responds with, "It's you." But once you make it to New Home at the end of the game, the same mirror, differently coloured, tells you, despite everything, it's still you. This piece of homage to start off the game sets in stone what to expect from the creator himself going forward. But who is this creator? His name is Toby Fox. Toby Fox, born on October 11th, 1991 in Manchester, New Hampshire, is an American video game developer and composer. He is best known for creating the role-playing game Undertale, which was critically acclaimed and won numerous awards, such as 3 DICE Awards. Fox is also the creator and head of the ongoing development of Deltarune, on its 4th chapter so far, with 3 chapters up and coming. A game that features many characters and elements from Undertale. In this video, I will take you through his upbringing as being a high school student in love with Japanese games. We will also look at how his style was brewed and put into the games through Undertale and Deltarune, and what came out of it. Ready? Imagine you're a high school student, coming back after classes at home in your gaming den, and playing role-playing games, where you have to slay monsters to find treasure and progress the game. But that doesn't sit with you right, does it? You may at any point ask yourself, do I have to kill these guys? And why am I killing them? This is exactly what Toby was thinking. He saw games such as Earthbound and other Japanese role-playing games having only some sort of sparing. But you can never beat the game without killing something with no mercy. Toby made this his central idea and his focus. Back when he was in school, he was in a small community full of Earthbound fans and games alike. He had a big following of Japanese games that weren't released in America, and was inspired by the visuals and music to create his own Halloween ROM hack for the game Earthbound. As he posted it, it became an adored, unique mod with amazing visuals, fights, and storyline added to the game. The more he worked on it, and eventually published it, the community, and especially himself, wanted more out of games with similar premises to Earthbound. With his composing for a visual webcomic called Homestuck, a fire of passion and determination came alive. Toby took inspiration from a Japanese game called Shin Megami Tensei that allowed you to talk to the monsters you were fighting to learn more about them to aid your fight. This led him to start work on Undertale. His Kickstarter raised over $10,000 for his little project, telling him that others wanted and were thinking of the same similar thing. Throughout the process, he hired Temi Chen to help with the project and game making, designing the characters, story building, and composing. He knew, on the little game engine called Game Maker, that this was going to be good. Toby's style consists of a lot of different bark, leaves, and branches that make one huge tree of uniqueness and things that convey himself to others. Throughout, I will show you how he incorporated his quirky yet serious and fun style into 2 famous games. Firstly, we have his narrative style. Narrative style is the way the story is told, how it conveys huge overarching messages or keeps the player in the story, making them feel part of the world inside the video game. We see even more in every NPC having a storyline, such as with the 4 dogs you meet in Snowdon. The town changes for the worse the more you kill, and for the better the more you spare. If you go to Grillby's bar, the dogs you spared will be there playing cards together. but you see a shift in tone as less and less sparing happens. If you kill Sans' brother and go back to talk to the NPCs, they will all say how it felt like the lights on the tree became dimmer, how the life of the party Sans isn't around anymore. Toby puts the burden on you on every single monster you kill, no matter how annoying or slow the battle would have been. If you don't spare everyone, you won't get the true ending of the game. It puts you in the position of being classed as the villain even when you only kill one little monster. You won't get as many interactions from any other game, as they just ignore the fact that you are destroying lives with your hand. Games such as Pokemon and Paper Mario, where the narrative changes are minimal, they don't give you what Toby is giving his audience. Through each playthrough of those games, the game is mostly similar with no big changes and consequences, unlike what Undertale has. With Toby's dynamic dialogue and reactive musical cues that immerse the player and let them know that the story is changing. The emotional weight of your actions makes Undertale far more engaging and memorable. This is called meta-awareness. The game remembers your past actions through from the start of the game to even from different playthroughs of the game. It knows you just restarted from your game where you killed everything. It doesn't make you forget. The main antagonist, Flowey, knows everything that you did. A prime example would be at the end of the ruins, where Toriel faces you head on. If you kill her, feel bad about it, and go back a save and spare her instead, Flowey mocks you, saying, "I know what you did," calling you out, having the player take a step back from the game, putting in stone that every decision they make counts, no matter how much they try to play it off. The more you go through the game's chapters, the more you see that Chris and the player are two separate entities. The big reveal being at the end of chapter 1, where Chris rips out their heart and starts to move more freely, while pulling out a knife and throwing you into a cage. He pulls us out many times, even being mad at us when we put the thorn ring back on Noelle, Chris's childhood friend, by kicking us vigorously as we sit back remembering what we have done. Toby made the decision to have you play the game as if you were controlling Chris, meaning every hit, every death, every action you do comes out of Chris. You are the puppeteer controlling him, while almost everyone believes that Chris is doing it, unaware that the player is behind it. Toby took a dramatic spin from game to game, as in this case, you are portrayed as someone different, meaning for every person that plays it, holds a different personalized journey. Toby took this idea and expanded on it to make it his own. He made sense of it by making the player control the main character in the game, while other role-playing games have you be the character. It shifts the tone of the story from "I'm playing as the hero" to "I'm controlling and making Chris the hero." Toby loves to set this dark mood for the audience to his games, expanding on the fact that the player is separate from, or is the main protagonist. Both Undertale and Deltarune give you a sense of dread when you think about how you are deciding the fate of their worlds. Will you kill everyone in Undertale, leading to fighting the comic gag Sans at the end? Or will you make Chris's childhood friend Noelle freeze her own classmate to become stronger? Toby's mixture of meta-awareness, complex characters, emotionally deep storytelling, and narrative that has everyone in the game play some sort of part into the world building of Undertale and Deltarune, making you, the person playing the game, feel like you're a critical part of the story by making the protagonists be as genuine as possible so anyone can relate to them, or having the Soul and Chris two different entities. He made a game that sparked a new generation of role-playing games that didn't have to be about killing to progress.